I need to rest a spell. Catch my breath. That all right with you? I'm still healing up. Go out and find your footing while I get back on my feet. Oh man, more every day. This place is nice and all. Kinda majestic with all the mountains and wild weather. We gotta finish up our business with the Patriarch and get the supplies he promised us back home. People are Sorry. I just want to get this done and get back to him. Later!
Welcome, Rangers. I'm Marshal Darius Quan.
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. The Patriarch. Thank God they never got near him. He's the only thing keeping
And sorry about these alarms. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer. How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rules. Thanks! I can hardly hear myself think.
Walk. Not close, but you're on the edge.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The reason you're here. As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the third blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished them. They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course, but apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans. Protection? You think I need protection? Stop trying to be smart and listen. I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything up. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP. And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear? Good. Then let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen. Valor's under the protection of the Gippers in Denver. And Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains. Anything else you need to know? Name 'em. Not ones for subtlety, huh? I'll have Joe send you a few things once we get back to Broadmoor Heights. Uh-huh. My staff and I coordinated the details of your arrival using coded transmissions on radio frequencies we thought were secure. Obviously, they were not. And you paid for it. I take full responsibility. Possibly, but I know the Dorseys from the old days. They don't take orders well. Then again, I wouldn't have guessed they'd have the guts to attack both you and Colorado Springs at the same time. So somebody put some fire in them. The last dregs of a treacherous family. Thought I'd wiped them out years ago, but... mistakes linger, Rangers. I know that better than most. Good. What else do you need? What do you want to know? Divided loyalty, that's why. I trust my guards, but they don't leave my side. Ever. Everybody else is making plans for when I'm gone. The 100 families, the Gippers, the Marshals, they're all out for themselves. And they know my kids would make good figureheads, give them some legitimacy. Any Coloradan I send to bring Vic, Val, and Libby back home might think they'll get a better deal elsewhere. But not you. I'm the only one who can save your people. Nobody else can get supplies to Arizona before they starve to death. That's why it's you who's doing this. You've got the only loyalty that works. The loyalty of self-interest. Boy's never been right in the head. Since he was a baby, he'd torture cats, terrorize the servants, set the house on fire, and he's only got worse. The things he's done to the women he finds. Anyway, I finally had enough and put the little monster under house arrest up in Aspen. Guess they weren't prepared because he escaped a while ago and then came back with a gang of freaks and turned the place into a slaughterhouse. Now he's on the radio, laughing about what he's gonna do to his hostages and daring me to come after him. He, claims he's captured some Rangers as well. And if he does, you're still bringing him home alive no matter what. Remember? Soft, spoiled, fiddled with computers all day instead of learning the arts of diplomacy and war. Finally packed him off when he accidentally crashed my security systems right before his sister's little coup attempt. Made him my official ambassador to the Gippers, hoping he'd do to their systems what he'd done to mine. That was a mistake. He took his revenge by convincing them to cut off oil shipments to my city. No oil means no heat, no light, and no food for my people. So getting Valor back and resuming oil shipments from the Gippers has to happen now. Crazy cultists worship an old U.S. president as a god. Trouble is, they're the only ones who know how to refine oil anymore, so we gotta play nice. Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. Problem is, she'd run it as a goddamn slave state. Everyone in chains, everyone working for her. Wouldn't worry about her for now, though. Best to wait until you got a little more firepower. She's gonna be well protected. She's already tried once. Got all the way to the palace steps before we chased her off. She's been licking her wounds out east ever since. You'd better. Anything else?
Of course. Now, if you want a chance to impress me and maybe get a little payback, that call I got outside was from Sheriff Daisy. the head of the marshals in Colorado Springs. She's having trouble rousting some Dorseys who have been holed up in the Garden of the Gods since their raid fell apart.
Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the Rangers can do. Enjoy yourselves, Rangers. Just don't get killed. I want a return on my investment. All right, let's move out.
Rangers, come talk to me when you've got a moment. Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits, just like the Patriarch promised you. And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad? Of course, ask away. Well,
Well, Sergei won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergei?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than dashing Darius Kwan.
You're too kind, Sergei.
Patriarch chased out the last big gang maybe 10 years back. Before that, all kinds of bandits, militias, and cults have lived here since the deluge.
Recently, it's been mostly outlaws and refugees. We should check around to see if there are any current occupants.
Could be what set off the alarms. Not sure exactly. We came by a week and a half ago and it was stone quiet.
We were gonna get the place cleaned up before you got here. But then the Dorseys attacked the city, so it got put on the back burner.
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now. Could have been anything.
Yeah, I was getting a little itchy doing the same old in the Marshals.
And retirement was driving me stir-crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the Marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so here I am.
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
Let's say liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not going to be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes, step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you? Around these parts, we call the nuclear apocalypse the deluge of fire, because, well, that's what it was.
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire. Gonzalez? He's a whiz with stuff like that. The AI will allow you to give the vehicle orders in combat without having to be inside it. Basically, it'll become another member of your squad. Okay, what's next? Absolutely. We can talk about recruitment anytime. And if you meet talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now, you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it. Yep, she's got her hands full. Helping Daisy would be a great way of finding your feet before you go after the Patriarch's kids.
Well, Daisy might be able to hook you up with some specialists for the base, too.
I'll start cleaning up here, but take a look around before you go. See if you want to keep any of this junk before I dump it all. Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
One sec. Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are gonna need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad? At least until you find your feet. Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper. And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy. Fine. That's fine. Just let me know if you change your minds.
Rangers, good to see you. Well, I've got friends in the Marshals, the Patriarch's Palace Guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. Now, some of these folks may be, less than top grade for sure, but most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose. Happy to tell you what you need to know. Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid, and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles. I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions, but the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice. Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Now, let's see. Here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They'd been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing. Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. And happy to. What's on your mind? My advice is to put together a squad with complementary skills. Nobody can be great at everything. And you can always round out your squad with folks you meet along the way. Keep that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits I've rounded up.
We can handle.
Choo-choo!
Come.
Oh, man. They see.
New talk.
Damn.
See?
Are we going? Okay.
can handle this, right?
Shoot!
You
Come and get it, scumbags! They've spotted
enemy.
They see us. If you want to brawl, knock yourselves out. Yeah, let's do this.
Get
Spot.
shoot.
Shoot!
Shoot.
Come and get it, scumbags! Here comes.
Uh-oh. This is not the best.
They see.
They see us.
There you go. Anything else? I'll be here.
Welcome to your communications hub, Rangers. The Patriarch was good enough to let me use my own gear, and I have my high frequency. From here on out, I will be your voice in the wind. You can contact Ranger HQ at any time through your radio, and I'll reach out as needed. When there's a rest... Oh, I'm not. It just turns out artificial intelligence isn't that much different from fiddling with radios. Easy enough to install it. The finest setup you'll find this side of the Rockies. This equipment took years to get together. This is the only setup in Colorado able to communicate on all sorts of frequency bands, up to the HF band. The basic controls are straightforward. You should try the device yourselves whenever you're here. I've picked up all kinds of signals. I've worked the radio for some time now, and I hear all kinds of stories from other parts of the world. Horrors you wouldn't believe. Is Colorado perfect? No. But it's a damn sight better than any alternative I've seen. Speaking frankly, great. Protect and serve, right? Things had grown stale with the Marshals. I felt like I'd reached the end of what I could do for the people there. Proud to be a Ranger now. I'm your radio communications expert. I'll be manning the radio whenever you call in, or whenever we need to reach you, which is the easy part of this job. The hard part is keeping this equipment in tip-top shape and ready to go. Anytime.
Tired of gridlock? Sick of dodging reckless drivers? Fed up with paying a fortune?
We could use a med bay and a competent doctor. World's coming to an end. With all due respect, Rangers, you look like you might be in need of some help. I'd be more than happy to join you. Ha! You trying to get me in trouble with Daisy? The Marshals are great. The best. Okay, that's... Well, we're fine. They're fine. But if the problem with the Marshals is, we don't work for the people of Colorado Springs. We work for the Patriarch. And that means we're more enforcers than police, which can lead to a certain, they know they're untouchable. They know citizen complaints aren't going to be listened to, mostly. So they think... So... They're not loved, the Marshals. Not trusted either. I try not to. Seriously, there's a crisis coming for sure. The old man's on his last legs. His kids are a nightmare, and nobody else around here has the power and smarts to pick up the reins when he drops them. I'm just glad it's not my job to think about. My job is to do what the Patriarch says until he dies, then do what Daisy says after that. Hopefully neither of those things involves hurting too many people along the way, but if it does, well, that's my job. Remember who you're working for, and remember what it means if you fail him. Hey, you'd have to be a saint not to take advantage once in a while, and I'm no saint. I'll take a bribe here and there, if offered, but I'm not a shakedown artist like some guys are. I figure if it's against the rules, but it ain't hurting nobody, why report it? Great. I'm at your disposal. Lead the way. Pretty grand in here. Maybe you can make it your trophy hall or museum or something. Or a handball court.
Please, don't shoot. Who are you? You're not dressed like the marshals. I'm Del Hackett, and I speak for these people. We've been living here for months, and...
Bad idea. I've been in their shoes, but this is a military base. If we have squatters everywhere, it'll be hard to keep discipline. Your recruits won't like it either.
The Patriarch's people don't care about people like us. But you're not beholden to them. Not intentionally. The Patriarch's people drove up to the base a few days ago, so we hid in here for a while. Then when Andy went to check if they left, all the doors slammed shut and the alarms started whooping. Don't know what happened. Been living in these ruins for weeks, and we never set anything off before. We all farmed in the border country between Colorado and the plains. Thought we were safe out there. Back then, the gangs feared the Patriarch. Not anymore. They burned our greenhouses and killed everyone who tried to fight them. We're not welcome there. They already have too many mouths to feed, and more are always coming.
Your call. Won't make the volunteers happy, but the Patriarch put you in charge, not the...
You said yes. We won't be any trouble, I promise, and we'll help out wherever we can. Oh, and one of our people is missing, Andy. If you find him hiding out somewhere, you hear that, everyone? We gotta make ourselves useful around here.
October 12th, 1998. 6. No, 7 months since the bombs fell. Had an incident at the West Gate. Some civilians dug under the fence and tried to make a run for the commissary. Sergeant Peters told us to open fire.
Hey, dudes. Hi. Well, what's up? Haven't seen you with Rangers, huh? Cool, man. Cool. I like you. Oh, sure. Top secret. So you're part of some important organization, huh? You look like you're real... Oh, yeah, man. Of course. I know my name? Yeah. Something like that. Honestly, I don't, remember... Been a long time since I kind of been here for a while because, oh man, didn't you like? Okay, well, so a guy, friend though too, man, like former friend who decided when I woke up, I was in here, real bummer, man, like school, man, but, hey, so I've been stuck in here for, do you think you could maybe do me a solid and, oh man, just like everybody else. Okay, well, I guess I'll see you around. Oh, hey, hi again. What's, what can I do later, dudes? Oh, hey, hi again. What's, yeah, man, you know it. I mean, we talked about it and all, so later, dudes. Oh, hey, hi again. Couldn't tell you, man. Like, there's no window. Anyway, a long time. Long enough for other... man, little and, you know what they say. So I added a little self-made fertile... Yeah, sure, maybe. Kinda hard to keep, but, let me see. Last guy who came in to see me was the dad. Oh, man. So a while ago. And yeah, then there's this. Then after a while, the alarm stopped. And then, well, she was, anyway, she came in here looking. We talked, for a bit, and then hope she didn't die. And she's haunting me for some reason. Though, a real nice lady, man. Had a big... I think she said she was a traitor. Said I wasn't, well, actually, she said I wouldn't be suitable for her clients, which, man, it's, I've been here a long time. There was a gentleman But, yeah, hard to remember who came in first. Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, and, buzzy crunchers and climby. That was a good day. But yeah, mainly mushrooms. I told you, thought he was my friend, you know? But, yeah, man, you know it. Later, dudes. Oh, hey, hi again. Later, dudes, and, don't forget to think about, oh, hey, hi again. What's later, dudes, and, don't forget to think about getting this door open if you get a chance. What's going on? Oh, hey, hi again. What's, so a while ago, that dead guy, and yeah, then there's this big-ass flash of light from the computer machine, and then after a while, the alarm stopped, and then, what? That's really something else. Man, what a wacky world. While those alarms were going off? How'd that happen? Well, that guy, he fell over onto the computer machine after the flash. Maybe he landed, or... Oh, shit, man. Do you think someone snuck in here while I was sleeping and fiddled with those... Oh, yum. Mushrooms are the best, man. Who knew they were poisonous ones?
Systems active. Greetings, Rangers.